Well, we're leaving the water park now. We're all roasted. We are roasted. But we're leaving the park and we're going home. I want to finish up these videos today and get them out to you. Jason Robinson's barn, obviously you guys know, Blue Bayou Dio. Raced great last week. Unbeatable Kemp didn't. Now, made some changes to Unbeatable Kemp's shoeing that should help him at the track. We'll see how those play out tomorrow. I think either way, you're probably going to see Unbeatable Kemp coming back to Ontario. There are some classes for him here, and at the very least, they go for more money. So it's really hard for me to say, no, we're just going to leave him in Kentucky because, well, it's not really reason. So you're probably going to see Unbeatable Kemp head back to Ontario. Walk on the Moon raced great last week. Got to give him props. I mean, he annoys me to no end, this horse, but raced good, 54-3, I think, in the preferred, on the Open 2, and has ended up in the Open 1 this week, and he'll be racing against Yes. Now, we're not going to race two horses against each other for very long, so Kentucky's going to have to figure out what it wants to do. Yes or Walk on the Moon, but not Yes and Walk on the Moon will be racing in Kentucky. So we'll figure that out. It's about 2.5 hours back to Scioto, so maybe 3, I'm not sure. But we'll, if they both happen to race good and they both are needed in the Open next week, that's not going to happen. We'll probably race Yes or Walk on the Moon. We'll see how they race today. Yes didn't love the track last week. We'll see how he races, not today, tomorrow in, well, I guess today for you, tomorrow in Kentucky. And Una Madonna, obviously missing from this list. She has been sold. Many of you, if not all of you, know that by now. And that is that. We have Jim Eaton. Jim Eaton is our newest trainer. He's out in Illinois, and obviously he's working with Rosita's Dream and GJ's ATM. GJ's ATM still struggling with that left hind ankle bone bruise. We're doing our best to mitigate that. We'll see how that plays out this week and into Friday's stake race. Rosita's Dream is training well. I've been told by Mr. Eaton this morning. Seems like a nice man. I'll meet him for the first time on Friday evening in Illinois. Swimming, we have a small barn swimming. Very nice, Amy. Swimming, we have Stonebridge Ducati swimming at Jared Bothwell's barn at First Line. Deb O'Brien is Chocolate for Lunch and Adrenaline Rush. Now, I was contacted by the breeder and a partner of ours of Chocolate for Lunch and said, listen, you guys, what was that? You guys did really well with No Free Lunch. Dwayne Marfisi, Dewey, did really well with the sister. Would you entertain the idea of Chocolate for Lunch going to Dwayne Marfisi? Dwayne Marfisi is a world-class trainer, and I certainly would have no problem with that. I doubt any of our clients would. Debbie might, but at the same token, we got to do what's best for the filly, and I think sending her up to Dewey's might actually be good. He's up at First Line with Jared Bothwell, so I think that's probably what will happen after Monday's race. I'll talk to Debbie about it today. Adrenaline Rush. Debbie will continue to qualify Adrenaline Rush until he's tight and ready to go. He wasn't super tight. Debbie is looking to get her license to race in the Female Drivers Challenge or racing this summer in Ontario, and I felt it only fair to try and help her out. So I said, you know what, Adrenaline Rush is kind of ready. Just race him and just qualify him until he is ready. So Adrenaline Rush will likely qualify another 2, 3, maybe 4 times, and then at that point, somebody will jump up and we'll drop the hammer on Adrenaline Rush. Tim is slowly climbing into not a small barn anymore. We'll leave him in the small barns for now, but it won't be for much longer. Austral Hanover just been absolutely phenomenal since he's gone to Tim's barn. Very, very happy with him. And that's not to say he wasn't before. The horse qualified well for Mario. Mario did a great job with the horse, and the horse looks absolutely, as I said, just phenomenal in the meadows. Dustin Hanover got his first win. A couple more starts. You guys know the plan with this guy. Going to race him 2, 3, 4 more times, pop him out to the field, bring him in, and then we'll see if Anthony's completely wrong. Obviously, he has a lot more to do to live up to what we bought him to do, but at the same token, he's doing well. Won the other day, took a mark of 58. We'll see how he does in the coming weeks. Leaps Fashion Presidente was fantastic. Also, this horse has really, both him and Austral Hanover have really turned the corner and turned into extremely useful horses. Can't wait to race him all summer long. Leaps and Bounds, a little sick her last start, got used up a little hard. We're going to regroup with her. She's gone back to Jason McGinnis's barn. Hey, Turkey, what are you doing? Gone back to Jason McGinnis's barn. Back to Jason McGinnis's barn, where Mike, our veterinarian, can look at her, treat her, Make sure she's 100% and then send her back to Tim's probably in a week or so. Tailgate Buzz got a rough trip the other day. We'll look for a little inside journey with him. Journey with her, with him this week, and then Higuan. And obviously, a lot of people asking about World for Two. Tim has told me he's been back in 2.7 with him. He's ready to go. I suspect you'll see him in to go in the next 10 days. So that is great news. So with that, I will talk to you all very soon. Oh wait, I got more. There's more, a little more on the other side. Stacy Miller as Kings County. What more can you say about Kings County? The horse is absolutely crushing it in Scioto Downs. A 5th off the track record the other day, 152-1. Julie Miller has 3-point Blue Chip, who's getting close. They said it's 6 weeks. There'd be updates on the x-rays. We had them. They all look good. I believe they said swimming for another 3-4 weeks, and then hopefully we'll see him on the track. We'll see about that. Very exciting times with him. Here's a horse that had a fairly serious and significant injury, making his way back now. Will de Win Hanover's been great for the Millers also. 3 starts, 3 seconds. Just a great job by them. Ross Leonard, Massive Profit. Mo Power Baby, Massive Profit has been racing great. 2nd and 55 the other day, back in to go this week. Mo Power Baby, I believe, will be racing this week also. Excited to see her make her first start in Indiana. Megan Schramm and Scott Zeron. We have Crantini and Taiwan. Taiwan was 4th yesterday, finished up a little bit flat. Scott had told me that he was working on Scott and Megan had told me they're working on a few things with the filly, but she'll be ready to go in her next sire stake. Worth noting, that was 2 weeks off for her, or a week out for her. So they went in 52 and a piece. She trotted ahead to trot 54 and a bit and looked adequate. Not as good as we saw her in the stake race the week before, but you can't have them firing at 110% all the time. And if she wasn't 100% this week, let's just focus on getting her 100% next week. And Crantini, I am super excited to see this horse race. Scott trained him the other day. And now listen, Scott Zeron booked off a number of very quality Kentucky races at Oak Grove on a Monday to stay and drive Crantini. Him and Mark, my brother, pulled a little wool over my eyes. Got me a little heated the other day. Good for them. That goes in the memory bank. I'll get them both back at a later date. Crantini, excited to watch him race in the PA All-Stars on Monday. And then Mark Beckwith has one of our newest horses, Father Dunn. He's entering him for Saratoga. So those of you out there, you all knew where he was and where he was staying right now. He's in to go at Saratoga this week. If you don't have your New York license, please let me know, because you will need one for him to race next week. Patrick the Piranha is in to go Monday. I thought the outside relegated handicap position was a little unfair, but at the same time, just happy to see the horse back going in Plainridge. So excited to see what he's going to do on Monday. And then Silent Assassin will be racing next Wednesday at I think Batavia or Buffalo is the plan for her. We'll see how that plays out in the next week. So a lot going on. I just said to Amy, we have 16 horses racing on Monday. Can't wait to see Monday. I will talk to you all very soon.